This episode is actually really hard to film. I can't seem to get my deep thoughts out on this one. Although I know they're there, it's just really hard to put into words. So I guess the point of this is I believe that there is a large separation between who we are in our heads 100% truthfully and the way that we are when we interact with other people. And I see that there's many reasons why we should filter and hold back. And there's actually a lot of benefits too to being perfectly honest, but I don't know, I don't have it figured out, honestly. I guess I just wanted to raise that point. Today I want to talk about the person that you are 100% truthfully in your head versus the person that you become when you interact with other people and all the different masks you take on and all the different roles you take on in this world. The big question I want to ask is, what would you be like if you could present yourself 100% truthfully? As in, the person that you are in your head, and if you could carry that through in any situation, no matter who you're interacting with, would you be a better person? See, when I'm alone, I know exactly who I am. And in my head, I have great accuracy in predicting how I'm going to act in a certain situation or how I'm going to act with certain people. I know what my morals are and my beliefs. I could place myself into a hypothetical situation and with great accuracy predict what I'm going to do and what I'm going to say. And I find it unfortunate that when you finally do interact with this person or find yourself in these situations that you don't even act close to what you thought you were going to do. And sometimes you act 100% differently from what you had expected. In my own head, I'm still a piece of I can't get much done. There's so much to learn and so many things I'm doing wrong. And I'm not good enough for certain people, or I can't commit long enough to get things done. But okay, realistically, there are times where I give myself props and confidence, but I actually like keeping myself down. If I can keep myself down, there's no room for confidence. There's no room for ego or pride. And that's one of the things I've been working on a lot. And I know to me, it's very dangerous. I can't afford to say that I'm better than someone else in any situation. And I know it sounds extreme. And to be honest, I say that I'm better than people all the time in my head, all the time. And it's not that I don't like it, but I just want to head in a different direction as far as my mental thought process is concerned. Another reason I keep myself down is because I feel like if I say that I know something or I have a strong grip on something, then I'll either get comfortable or I'll stop pursuing that road. Keeping myself down will keep me always open and striving and wanting to press forward because there's so much more to do. Look, I'll be 100% honest. There are many people that I see sometimes and I tell myself that I'm smarter than them or better looking or stronger or have more potential for my future than them or all this stuff, you know? It's all bad stuff. And I know it's bad. And I don't think in the end that it serves any real purpose. I don't think it helps me in any way. So I'm not saying that I don't have these thoughts. I just don't believe that they're any good. You know? I don't care about self-confidence, pride, or ego because those are things that they'll place you high in your head, above. And when you're above, there's always people under, or there are things that are beneath you. I don't like that. So I've covered a few things about my 100% real self in my head. And now I want to talk about some of the things that change when I interact with other people, or some realities that are separate from what I have said in my own head. One thing I speak verbally about is reading and reading books, and that's something that I say that I do. I mean, I got to assume when you hear that, you're thinking maybe I'll clear a book out in a week or a month or, however long. Especially when you say the word books, not just book. And the truth is, I only read about 10 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day. If you were to look on my phone, I do own at least 30 or 40 books that I've paid for in full. And some I haven't even touched. So that's one separation from the words that I speak and the reality that is. One of the newest and biggest separations is, man, as I'm making this vlog, I'm creating this persona of the guy that believes in world peace and the guy that believes that you can conquer anything or get through really bad life experiences, that anything's possible and all this and that. But no, the truth is there are limitations, and I've been thinking a lot since I've made this channel, and it breaks my heart. So okay, anyway, let's go back to separation. I believe that many things are possible, but in reality, I'm not sure that I could even uphold my own new gimmick or persona that I'm creating here. This isn't about being fake. It's about, if anything, the mistake was aiming too high and believing in these ideals that are just they're gonna take a lot more work than I thought. Look, I have to be 100% honest. Despite what I'm trying to accomplish with this channel, there are many personalities out there that drive me nuts, piss me off, or test my patience. I can't lie. And as much as I want to have smooth interactions with people and good interactions, I have my own borders or limitations of what I can stand until I want to leave or want nothing to do with, I guess, that person in particular. If I had to justify it, it's just that being in a space with another person that is so different to the point where it either causes me stress or makes me feel uncomfortable, or I feel like in the presence of this person I might have to sacrifice parts of myself just to be around them. It's really hard to put this into words. I don't think I'm better than someone else, but there's just certain personalities that bring out parts of me that I don't want to surface. The reason for so much of this is because I want to feel like I'm safe and in control. I want to feel safe from people or situations that I cannot accurately assess, because I'd hate for something bad or unexpected to happen and I'd be stuck blaming myself for this feeling. I wouldn't place myself knowingly in situations where conflict could occur, nor do I want to find myself in a place that I may or may not be prone to a fight. So what I'm saying is exaggerated and most likely dead wrong, but that's what goes on in my head. All I want to do is find myself in situations where I can enjoy my time, and I want to find myself to be around people where I can enjoy life. I want to talk about one situation that occurs all the time, where people step outside of who they normally are, and that situation is driving. People get exaggeratedly angry and exaggeratedly impatient all of a sudden when they're in their cars, and I believe that they do that because they're in the safety of their car where they have an exit plan, so they can try this thing where they can bother someone else because they feel like they can get away. They think they can get away with some of these urges they get to be angry and put that on someone else. Or here, how about this too? You know, for those people that are in such a rush that they drive and take risks at other people's expense. I would ask you how much time you spend on your phone. Yeah, all this time that you're trying to save, these minutes at best that you're trying to save and taking these risks, you're probably going to end up wasting it on the internet anyways. If you're going to waste that time throughout your day anyway, either on your phone or on the internet or whatever, on TV, watching a screen, wasn't even worth giving yourself the stress of trying to save those minutes, or risk getting in an accident, or risk, just pissing someone else off because they were driving slower than what you had wanted. If you're talking about time management, I don't think it matters trying to save minutes. Another situation that I want to cover where people step outside of their real selves, very much so, is social media. People are largely different when they're online. So am I, I exaggerate the better parts of myself, and I speak the better parts of my mind when I'm online, and I present visually the best images of myself, if possible, if I have the time. This one's hard. I'm not trying to put people down that do that. I think it's fine. I think it's okay. But what I would absolutely beg is that this new idea of presenting the best sides of yourself, I would beg that you try to do more of that in real life. By the way, this doesn't make you a liar if you act outside of the version of yourself that you're presenting on social media. I want to talk about positive reinforcement to strangers. Look, it's not uncommon that on social media, people will add people they've never met as friends, and they'll start liking their pictures, or maybe, hopefully, commenting and getting to know and talking to these people they've never met. So the act of positively reinforcing strangers. Okay, for example, let's say someone you've never met posts a picture dressed up, and you go ahead and say, hey, you press the like button, and you say, hey, you look nice today, have a great day, and all that. So my question is, would you do that in real life? Because I actually think it would be really cool, You go around and tell strangers, hey, keep your head up, be cool, or have a nice day, and all that. Basically, the act of reaching out to strangers in the way that you do on social media, if you could do that in real life, I think that'd be cool. So let me just backtrack real quick. On social media, it's easy to give positive reinforcements to people you've never met, in addition to friends and family. I think that if we can connect this attitude and behavior and input it to the real life, then we could really be onto something that's good. It's positive. It's probably revolutionary in my eyes, I think. If we could start going around and telling strangers, hey, have a great day, hey, you look great, or hey, oh, this is what you're going through, keep pressing through, or hey, just positive things to say to strangers. It seems so easy on social media, and I just wish that I could do more of it in real life. But before I continue, again, I'll admit to you that I am not the most social person either. I will say that it's not going to be easy. It's not easy for me. It might be easy for other people. So I'm throwing out this suggestion, but at the moment I'm not practicing what I'm preaching. It's just an idea. Actually, I want to say something pretty bad because I feel so strongly about it. I just want to say, how could you go up to 10 posts or 100 likes? How could you do that online? And when you go out in the real world, you can't even get one compliment out to a real person or just one nice thing. I think it's kind of crazy, to be honest, actually. I'm putting myself on blast too. This isn't directed to everyone else only. I just wish, man, I would just imagine the numbers. If you could go out and give a positive reinforcement to 50 people or 100 people. I mean, you can do it on social media, but again, it'd be nice if you could do it in real life. I want to say that the person that I am in my head and the person that I am when I act with other people, it's only lined up. Only 50% of the absolute 100% truthful version of me gets acted out consistently in the real world. That's a really low number. The biggest question I want to leave this episode with is what percentage of your 100% absolute truthful self here that you know that's the person that you really are and that's the person who you want to be, and what percentage of it is consistent or the same when you start acting with other people. For all the people that I've had deep conversations with, I've never met anyone that has truly said, hey, in the deepest parts of my heart and soul, I believe in true evil, and that I wish for everyone to go to hell, and I wish the worst upon everyone. I've never met anyone like that. Hey, I know there's people out there like that. I know that there's evil people like that, but amongst my peers and people that I see in my society, around my city and all that. So the point I'm making right now, which I could be wrong again, I guess it's an assumption or whatever, I believe that a large portion of people, if you dig deep enough, all it is love and just wanting to have peace. Nobody wants to have conflict, and that's why I believe this consistency that I'm talking about, this link between who you really are and the way you act, that's why I believe it could be a positive thing, because I believe that deep down inside, a lot of people have goodness at the end of it, or inside. Even though inside there's so much goodness, I again want to take the time to acknowledge that, whoa, there's just so many barriers and so many obstacles and so many consequences and so many challenges to actually keeping peace and spreading love. There are so many things that get in the way. I get it, because there's so many different types of people out there, you know? And there's so many things that you can't predict that will happen. I'll end the episode with this. To each their own. I'm not saying to stop what you're doing, and I'm not saying I hate people that are doing the opposite of what I'm saying. All this, it's just my opinion. I don't control anybody. And I'm well aware that everyone is different, and it's not my goal to impose these ideas or whatever onto you. If it comes off that way, then I'm failing, and I am sorry. I will work on my communication skills in the future, but for now, that's what's on my mind.